when it comes to sports, covering the news, giving you the truth. Nothing but that real on hoops in the league. All things NFL, we don't miss a thing. Getting with the coverage, we loving it all day. Picking up the news, tell us wherever the ball lay. With the NFL, NBA, they box so. Sports news in the hands of a man with fair takes. Tell them, coach, statistics and realness that's being spoke. Either hit it for the win or they hitting the goal posts. Either way, we woke up to the news of the day. Any kid he could call it, he like to talk it out with Ray. Fast breaks down the lane, they better move out the way, or they pulling from perimeter. Curry bury the trade, yeah they got it. Woo! Duval with the hottest, Chris and Dev like the master, and mix it up like it's Logic being modest. They been looking for that real, trying to get it feel. Sports podcast, they run it back on the real. That's a steal, yeah. They never sick, but they ill. Real sports talk going, deliver, signed and sealed. We bring that real talk when it comes to sports, covering the news, giving you the truth. Nothing but that real on hoops in the league. All things NFL, we don't miss a thing.
Welcome to Real Talk. We got real sports on tonight.
I don't know about real sports, but
come on. I mean, look, y'all was just talking on the back. Y'all shooting at these young men trying to chase their dream.
No, it's summer league, man. We don't,
the Spurs
get too carried away on summer league.
Hey,
is Wembanyama playing?
Nope.
Then I'm not watching.
He's not playing until the Vegas Summer League.
As he should. No, actually, I take that back. No, he should be playing right now. I don't care that he wants to wait till Vegas. Get on the court.
Well, Brandon Miller is playing.
That's somebody I might have to pull up some stats real quick.
It's ugly.
It's ugly. This game is ugly.
They down 30. I'm about to switch to that. It's another one on NBA TV.
I tell y'all, San Antonio might have a couple. There's a couple players I've seen out here that can fit a role.
That's why Charlotte should have kept Jello, man, on the G League team, but we don't gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
Babies. But yeah. But yeah, we got some summer league, so I'm excited for me to see this. I was watching golf the other day with Steph and them. Was getting desperate time.
You must be bored.
It's down bad. So what happened to us picking up baseball, man? What's going on, right?
I don't know nothing about it.
If it's not the Yankees, I honestly don't.
I mean, I know Ohtani, but
if it ain't the O's, I ain't really paying attention.
We got a guard on our horizon, fellas.
Yeah.
Listen, here's what I will tell you. I don't think I know a player on the Nationals anymore. We've traded all the talent away, so I don't know what we got. I know
y'all still got what's the pitcher name? Strasburg, right?
Give it up.
I forgot. I don't know why I even asked the question, but I believe y'all still got him.
Listen, y'all got some guys that are locks on FanDuel. That's all you need to know, right?
Well,
here he go. Here he go.
Hey,
I can't wait till the season starts so we can do my betting Mondays and Thursdays, man.
I was gonna say I was waiting to see when the first betting reference was going.
We already, me and Chris gonna be locked in once we see locked in.
I was say apparently you can gamble on summer league. So
yeah, I know it's the dumbest thing ever. I would never do it. I never do it. Unless when Vegas comes, if they let you do the regular gamble where you could say, I think Wemby's going to score 15 points, I would do that. But the gamble or money line in summer league, you must don't love your money.
Or
that's called gambling.
That is true. That is true.
You know what I mean? You don't know the odds of whatever you place your bet on. You just hoping that you get the odds that you place your bet on.
100%. But speaking of people playing the odds, I am very curious to know what y'all
pass and one
about Dame Lillard. And so many reports is saying Miami or bust. I have a lot of thoughts, but before I go, I would like to get my distinguished colleague's opinion. But before that, to our viewing audience, please like, share this with your friends, your groups, everybody. Let's get the word out. We are the best thing on, including this summer league. So make sure that you share that with others as we recap this miserable debut by Brandon Miller, amongst other things. But please do that. But I will start with you, Chris. Yeah, I like the mic got a little light on it, doing some new things over there. I see. Camera look clear. You got getting some money, brother.
He ain't laying down no more.
But yeah, Chris, your thoughts on Dame Lillard's trade request? I don't know if we officially covered the request, but also his seeming desire to only go to one place.
First of all, shout out to Dame for finally wanting to leave Portland.
That's a shout out.
That's a shout out. That's a shout out. That's a shout out. But when I look at this, it's a couple ways I could look at it, right? He goes to Miami. You say him, Jimmy, and Bam on paper is amazing, right? You got Jimmy Butler, guy's a guy who can go from the first to the third quarter. That's all he needs is guys that carry him to the fourth that he can take over. On paper is good. But then I really sat back and thought about it. Dame, the weather's a little crazy down here, but Dame's not like your guy Bradley Beal where he had that no trade clause. Dame cannot dictate where he goes. So it sounds good that he's saying Miami or bust. Sounds good. But the Blazers can trade him wherever they want to trade him. And now if I'm Miami, you kind of have some leverage because maybe you don't have to give up too much because, Dame only wants to go there. And if Dame is really, in his mindset saying I only want to play for Miami, his agent and Dame could be telling these teams they're trying to trade for him, you trade for me, I will not play for you. So this can get real. It can get ugly. You're making that face, Ray. But we've seen trades and stuff, and we've seen players, it doesn't happen often, but we've seen players to organizations I will not play for you. So this can get ugly real fast. But I do, on paper, it sounds nice having him going, to Miami. Them drafting Scoot tells me that they're ready and that's their guard for the future. But if I'm Dame, I will kind of tread lightly because the Blazers do not have to trade you to Miami. They don't have to reward you for you staying with them. It sounds good. You would want it to be some loyalty in sports, but we all seen, especially with the NBA, there's no loyalty. So I would love for Dame to go to Miami as an NBA fan, but can I see some things happening that may prolong this process? Absolutely.
Okay. Good perspective there. Kenny, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it before, and I just said it was just a matter of time that this was going to happen. So the fact that he finally kind of is trying to take his career into his own hands, I can respect him for that. I think it's one of those things where, especially when you have these situations where guys are already they're pretty much saying they out of there. Like as much leverage that the Blazers think they have with that no trade clause, you really don't, because once a guy states his desire to not be there, you're pretty much obligated to trade that guy. Maybe the only thing that you can do is maybe make a deal that's in your best interest, maybe. But again, if the guy wants out of there, teams already know that you have to trade that guy. So there's only so much that you can do. So and of course, Dame is gonna ask or try to get to the place where he thinks he's gonna have the best chance to win, which is what we've been asking him to, what most people have been asking him to do over the last few years is to get into a situation where he has his best chance to compete for a championship. So I just think I think this is going to be long and drawn out. I think this may go all the way into training camp, and we may see to where he's not at training camp, because I think they're going to try to wait this out as long as possible and get the best possible deal that they can. But I think there's only so much that they can do at the end of the day, because once a guy wants out of town, we've seen this. We've seen this story play out before. Whether it's James Harden, KD, Kyrie, the list goes on and on. Once a guy states his intent to not be there, then you're pretty much obligated to get him out of there. So, like I said, my last thing is I don't think that this gets done quick. I think this is going to be a storyline that's going to last us. We're going to be able to talk about this, I think, for the rest of the summer.
Okay. Dev, your thoughts?
I'm with you on that one, Ken. I think we are going to be talking about this for the rest of the summer, at least until somewhere around training camp, maybe to preseason start. But they ain't going to Miami. Like Chris said, it sounds cool, but this to think about the things that you're going to have to give up to even get Dame there. They already talking about you got to package Tyler Hero. You got to package Duncan Robinson. You got to give up some first round picks later in the year in the future. So that's like, wow, you giving it up. You already lost Gabe Vincent in free agency. You already lost Matt Strus in free agency. It's like now, once you get Dame there, you only have a 3-headed monster. Maybe kind of a 4-headed monster with Caleb Martin, the only person that's still there. You know what I mean? So now you're going to be doing what the Suns is pretty much doing, making all these league minimum players to come play on your bench, and it's not going to guarantee you to make it to the finals again. You know what I mean? So I think it's good that Dame finally wants to compete just like Bradley Beal, because I don't know if y'all pay attention to Bradley Beal interview. You heard the things that he said. I want to play in meaningful games. I want to play in meaningful playoff games and stuff like that.
Sorry for that, Rado.
Which is, you know, I mean,
which is understandable when you've been in the league this long.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Most definitely understandable. You know what I mean? And we want to see Dame on the next stage. I'm pretty sure as much as a lot of people knew that Jimmy wasn't going to really win this finals, but we all just say it's that just imagine if Jimmy would have won this finals, or if Jimmy get his first ring. You know what I mean? Now we putting Jimmy into a whole new different class now. So just imagine if Dame finally get a ring, or Bradley Beal finally get a ring. And it's like now we talking about them in a whole new different class now. So like I said in the beginning, I feel like this is going to be a little minute. This is going to be something for us to talk about all summer. So we might as well just sit back and save some of our comments throughout the summer.
Is this thing on? Can you guys hear?
Here you go.
I think you woke him up with that meaningful playoff games with Bradley Beal.
Listen, here's what I have to say. This was just so poorly done by Dame Lillard, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why you waited to after the draft? If your goal, if you care about Portland, like I saw he liked a tweet that says, "Oh, Dame's gonna do what LeBron did and go to Miami and win some, and then come back and win some here." You're trying to cripple and hamstring this team. You didn't make this decision before the draft. You wait until after they agree to pay Jeremy Grant a ton of money.
After Bradley Beal left.
Huh?
After the whole Bradley Beal situation, also he waited.
Yeah, like the timing of this is just really piss poor to me. He said he wanted to wait and see what they was going to do in free agency. They couldn't do much. Like, what did you expect them to do? How many free agents have come there in the years past? None.
Melo.
So this unrealistic expectation, and now all of a sudden you want to trade, and now you're going to say, and I only want to be traded one place. You know how the business works. So you're doing everything you can to hamstring this franchise. And unlike Washington, who did the right thing and got Bradley Beal somewhere good, and granted, I think they could have got more value, but they did right by him too. They gave him the no trade. They traded him where he wanted to go. If I'm Portland and you put me in this position, I'm much less likely to do you any kind of favors. Like, you're trying to position us in a place where, and I don't think they don't need another guard. So whether it's Hero, whether it's Robinson, whether it's Lowry, that's not what they need. They got their young backcourt. If anything, that's backloaded with Sharp there too.
That's trade bait. I figure that would be trade bait.
Or a 3-team deal. Try to work a 3-team deal in it.
Honestly, I think that's the only way that it happens.
So now we're forcing them to try and bring in a third team after the draft, after majority of free agency's already settled. Like, everybody's kind of positioned themselves at this point with how they're going to go into the year, and now you want to force a trade. So unless you're going to trade for James Harden, or they're going to send Bam back, there's not comparable talent that you can even get back, unless it's a ton of draft picks, which I think is dumb too. So I just don't understand the way he played his hand here. I think he's put them in a bad spot. and I do agree with y'all on this. I think it could take a while unless somebody's willing to really blow them away. When you look at the top contenders, who needs a point guard? Who needs Dame Lillard at that level?
Maybe Boston. You know what I mean? If you ready to give up that Jaylen Brown and Tatum,
to me that might be the only one that I could wholeheartedly say, okay, I could see that. Not saying I want that to happen, but Jaylen Brown going somewhere. What you mean? He can play the three. He can play the three, and he's the number one.
Well,
what you mean he can't play the three?
He's too small.
He's 6'6".
6'7".
He's 6'7" actually.
He's not 6'7".
Yes, he is.
Yes,
he's 6'7" actually. He plays the three now.
Yeah, he's 6'6", 6'7".
You gotta think Jason Tatum was what 6'9", 6'8", 6'9".
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown.
Tatum has grown. I'll give you that. I do not think Jaylen Brown, Henderson, and Anthony Simons
223 pounds. He's not a light guard. He's not 6'4", 190. He can hold his own.
I do not think he should be guarding threes.
Who's a three that's going to bulldoze him?
Everybody's on the perimeter.
Everybody's a perimeter guy. He guards them anyway.
I don't think he can guard Giannis too effectively. If we look at
I thought we talking about small. Giannis a power forward.
Yeah, he's a 4-5.
Being honest.
But look at Giannis, his body stature. You know, what I mean, he ain't built like no 4.
But who are we
Giannis
going
to? Is a 4-5.
The Bulls have nothing of value to offer.
The Bulls, what they going to trade away?
Levine.
All they got is that Lonzo Ball trade exception. That's
exactly.
Unless they're gonna give up Levine or DeRozan.
Well, hold on one second.
They don't fit.
Let me ask Ray this though. You know, you was talking about in terms of his timing. But I would counter that maybe he wanted to see what they was going to do if they was going to make a deal with that draft pick to bring in a veteran.
Yeah.
Then he waited till free agency to see if they was able to do something with that. And then once he saw after those two things that the whole sum of that is, one, you drafted my replacement, and two, the only guy that you got back was the same guy that I played with last year. I think once he saw all of that, I think he saw the writing on. That was the end of the line for him.
And that's a good point, Derek Kenny. I'm not going to lie. That's a great point. It's a great point, actually.
And y'all don't think he had any idea what they were going to do with that third pick before the draft?
No, I'm saying. Well, I'm thinking. I mean, I'm just saying. Like,
I don't think so.
If they're telling him that they wanted him to be there, and he's telling them that he wants to be there win. Only if he's going to be competitive, then you're going to do one or two things. Either you're going to flip that number 3 pick into some pieces that are going to be able to play for you right away,
which they could,
or you because you don't. I think honestly, the writing was on the wall after they didn't trade the number 3 pick, because like you said, Ray, they don't get free agents like that in Portland. So the only thing that they had that they could really do something with was that number 3 pick. And once they pick Scoot, then what is he staying there for? You're clearly saying that you're moving forward.
It's a great point.
I agree, but I feel like that's a conversation he has to have beforehand. Like, go to them and say, hey, what are y'all looking to do with this 3rd pick? Let's help each other. My value is higher before the draft. Y'all can get more value before the draft. And now you can pair somebody that fits better with that number 3 pick.
But how we maybe he was going through it saying maybe they're going to make a move and they backed out. You know, the Blazers haven't been a team that's been really, ready to make some moves, like some heavy moves, like we got to go all in. They're a little scary.
They traded CJ McCollum and got
they're a little scary. They're a little scary. Yeah, they traded CJ. They're a little scary. That number 3 pick, in the back of their mind, they say, okay, we traded, but now we messed up. So I feel like Portland was scared. I feel like Portland was scared to make a move.
And they're going to sit on Dame.
If it doesn't work, then Dame leaves. So I think they were scared to make a move. And that's okay. Dame, you want to get traded, we got a guy for the future. I don't think he's going to sit out a year, but if they made a trade with the number 3 pick and it did not work, when Dame 2 years of his contract is up, he's leaving.
So then they did the right thing. They have a young
by the Blazers' point of view,
right,
yes, they did the right thing. I'm not disagreeing with that.
They
did
built
it.
a team. They're building a team to contend in the future. They got a
By
bunch
the
of young
Blazers'
guys
point of
around
view,
there that they're going to. So Portland, I agree with Chris. Portland did what they thought was best for their future moving forward. I think that's what Dame is doing for. He's doing what's best for him.
So I can't knock it because if we really sit here and think about it, that number 3 pick, they could have got a lot with the number 3 pick. They could have made some trades.
What
with the number 3 pick? You know how many teams wouldn't scoot?
I don't that are going to give you a lot.
You could have got at least another big man, some more pieces to fit in a puzzle. You could have packaged that and Jeremy Grant. They had different options they could have done.
Jeremy Grant, because free agency hadn't started. He hadn't signed his max yet.
Sign and trade. You can't do those. You couldn't have packaged some of them players that they had on the roster.
But now you run into the same issue with a sign and trade. Is if he don't want to go where you're trying to trade him, he ain't gonna sign.
Well, I think that has to again it's almost like Dame, where you gotta make sure that it's a situation to where it's to be traded to incentivize him to sign. So it's almost the same situation that you got with Dame.
And you said y'all saying Miami. Guess what? If you make this announcement before free agency, you can probably get a lot of those young players back. But now they all went somewhere else.
But I think that was
they was going for the money.
I think that's just posturing because they already cleared the decks. They let Strus walk. They let Gabe Vincent walk. So they were making room.
Why not include them in a trade versus letting them walk for nothing?
Because I think they were trying to make room on their cap to be able to absorb that contract.
You saw what Max Strus just got as far as money?
He got what, like $50 million from the Clippers.
63 million.
63 with 4 years.
That's a lot of money for a guy that shot 19% from the
that shot 19%
from the 3-point line.
Didn't Gabe get like 11?
Gabe got 11.
That's 26 million right there.
That's my point. Now you lost all that for nothing. This is always my stance. Why do you let talent leave for nothing?
Because you're trying to
they're not going
to cap space to be able to.
Portland's not going to want them. We just talked about how they went and won Miami. Again, we just saw all those guards that are going to Portland.
Right. Both of those guys are not.
Those are still guards. And I'd rather have Tyler Hero or Duncan Robinson.
But I'm saying for Portland,
why would they want Duncan Robinson?
Why would you want Strus and Gabe Vincent? You already
those are certified role players. You have no
guys. I think that's what you need is more role.
And I think you actually, to be honest, they probably think they got better in Anthony Simons in school.
They do.
I'm not saying you trade for those guys to start. They are better depth than what you currently have.
But you've already got a bunch of young guards there already, though. So like
on the bench,
creating a glut.
All the guys we named.
You got Scoot. You got Anthony Simons. You got Shaedon Sharpe. There's somebody else I'm missing.
All three of them should probably be starting.
That's my point. Like you already got 3 guys for 2 spots already. So then you add in 2 more guys. That's 5.
So I think it really sounds like Miami is not the best trade partner for the Blazers. So they need a 3-team deal. So that's why all we've been saying. This is going to have to. We're going to wait a couple months because Miami can't really put together a good package for the Blazers that they really need. So I think it's going to be a third team in this. It's going to be a third team in this, or Dame. You feeling it's going to be hurt, and you're not going to Miami. Maybe you go to another contender, but your feelings might be hurt. You might not go to Miami.
I'm sending Dame to a bottom feeder at this point.
I mean that's what the Wizards should have done, but they gave a guy no trade clause for no reason. So
I'm sorry that we, unlike your team, we take care of our players here. We don't chase them off and let them go for nothing.
And we in the same boat, but we still better than you.
And y'all ain't won nothing.
Neither have you.
All you do is disappoint year after year. Choke.
What have the Wizards done?
We don't choke like y'all.
Y'all brought in Michael Jordan, just ruined your franchise. Y'all brought in your GOAT and just ruined your franchise.
Y'all got MVPs going out in the second round, year after year.
At least we can produce MVPs. So we can draft right.
Like Michael Carter Williams.
Like David and Johnny. Like what his name? We just talking about Jan Vesley, Otto Porter Jr.
Like I said, y'all got Michael Carter Williams. I got a whole bunch of bums. What's the dude down in Orlando? Markelle Fultz couldn't even play for y'all. He couldn't even shoot after coming to Philly.
He'd be
His
starting
whole
on your team.
shoulder got all messed up.
He'd be starting on your team.
What Ben Simmons do with y'all?
He'd be starting on your team.
He passed that rock up.
Passed the rock at a goal.
All defensive team, all-star. What were we talking about?
A bunch of individual accolades, and all it did was accomplish what? Doc got fired. Harden wants out. It's a mess in Philly.
And yet we still better than y'all. Our worst is still going to be your best.
What does that mean? That don't even mean nothing. We're in a rebuild.
It may not mean nothing as far as NBA, but it puts a smile on my face knowing that. It puts a smile on my face, Ray, knowing that my football team is better than yours, knowing that my basketball team is better than yours. I don't know baseball, but I know damn well the Phillies is probably better than Nationals.
And how did we get here?
I don't know.
And y'all haven't won anything. Nothing.
Can I ask my question now?
Go ahead,
Kenny.
Who was the last player that the Washington Wizards took care of since Bradley Beal?
That was worth taking care of?
No.
John Wizzy.
What I asked.
John Wall got a bag.
Who did they take care of?
We just took care of Kyle Kuzma.
That's the point. They did just pick it. Kyle Kuzma.
But before that, didn't they also didn't y'all take care of didn't y'all take care of Otto Porter?
John Wall got a bag. I don't think Otto Porter got his bag from Washington.
Otto Porter was trash.
Yeah, Otto Porter got his bag from Chicago, I thought.
I thought he got his bag from Washington before he got traded.
We gave him $100 million.
Are we gonna talk about them Lakers?
Yeah, right.
We're talking about them Lakers, man.
We gave Otto Porter $100 million.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Foolishly, we gave Mark.
Y'all love throwing money at bums. Y'all love throwing money at bums, man.
And y'all let Jimmy Butler walk out the door, and y'all stuck by Tobias Harris. So what that mean?
That wasn't smart.
Listen, y'all picked Tobias Harris over Jimmy Butler. How dumb was that look today?
Listen,
well,
listen.
That one, you got a point there, Ray.
He got a point, but if it was up to me,
fellas, I'm running out of
on it.
I'm running out of clips over here. I'm running out of clips. We gotta save it throughout the show now. We gotta save it throughout the show. I'm running out of clips.
Oh, they didn't. Oh yeah, they took care of Gilbert before
we paid Antoine Jameson when he was here too. We paid all them jokers.
Talking about second round.
Dang, did y'all pay Caron Butler too?
We did.
We
signed him as a free agent.
That was the second round exit squad right there, though.
See, here's the difference. We lost to LeBron James. Who you lose to?
Jimmy Butler, Jason Tatum, Kawhi Leonard. I mean, you asked. I'm just. We just lost. We just. You asked.
Young though. That
we asked. I mean, LeBron was young too. LeBron was young when he beat them.
I'm saying y'all did.
This is his first stint in the Cavs. His second best player was Boobie Gibson.
Don't act like y'all was just losing to some juggernauts here. Y'all lost to the Hawks in the second round too. Let's not forget.
Talk about it.
That is true.
Yeah. So, career underachievers is what Philly is these days.
Ooh.
The Sixers? You talking about the Sixers, or you talking about the other two teams that was just in a championship and it's probably going to run it back?
You want to? If we want to start talking other sports, the Caps just won a championship. The Mystics just won a championship. We can talk other sports and winning if you want to do that.
You just said, look, we're going to move on. No. Let me say my statement.
Chris must have been a DB in college, because you just backpedal quick.
Let me say my statement, and then we can move on, because I like some of these topics. That's all.
Because the Nationals did win a championship.
You just quoted the Mystics in this, right? Right or wrong? It's WNBA time, and you say you got no sports to watch. Why are you not supporting the Mystics? Why are you not supporting your team?
Because they're not good. I just told a bunch of people.
You watched the Wizards and
Deladon just went down too.
What's the difference?
And Deladon just went down.
You already watched two trash franchises. Why not? Watch the Mystics.
Watch winners. I just named like 3 championship winners. What you name?
When y'all win the championship?
What the Eagles do last year?
We beat y'all.
Right, and we beat y'all. What you mean? We beat y'all last year too.
We went to the Super Bowl
and lost and cried about
where'd
the
y'all
field
go?
is too slippery.
Where'd y'all go?
Where'd
y'all go?
The same place y'all did. You ain't go to the White House.
It's real easy to win an argument when your team sucks, because all you can say is, we suck anyway. We did the same thing.
I didn't say that. I said y'all choke every year. Joel Embiid be crying. He finally won the MVP, and now everybody say he don't deserve it.
Ooh, child.
When it comes to the Sixers, Kenny knows me best. I'm their harshest critic, so you might not get a lot of. You might not get a lot of.
And you better be careful because y'all might let Maxey walk out the door. Harden want to go, and y'all ain't about to get no value for him either. It's gonna be.
I thought they said Maxey was untouchable.
You remember
what are you talking about? How we gonna walk out?
That man for prime Michael Jordan. I read that.
Idiot.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Idiots. They said young LeBron James, hang up the phone. What?
I don't think unless
That's
unless
why
I, unless I saw Daryl Morey say that.
Yeah, I'm calling cap.
You got to hype your man up somehow.
Yeah, you gotta hype him up.
Well, how about you just pay him?
He's going to get paid once we figure out what we got to do with Harden.
That's what I'm saying.
I said that on the show. I said that on the show. I don't see us making any moves until we figure out what we're going to do with Harden. Last time,
just like last year. And what that get you? A second round exit. Y'all waited for Harden last year. He took less money and it got you nothing.
We did the Harden deal pretty early.
A vintage Harden Game 7 performance followed by a vintage Joel Embiid Game 7.
Ooh, child.
You can talk real good when you're always in a losing seat, man.
Let's move on.
I've been saying for the past 5 minutes I've been ready to move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
If he stops shooting, we can keep it moving.
I'm done.
All right. So, speaking of shooting, the Rockets.
I was scared where you was going with that one.
I was scared too.
Update to our people. Chet Holmgren is back. I don't know if y'all are watching the Thunder game.
Looking like drag.
Oh, word?
NBA TV.
What his numbers looking like right now?
Oh, y'all was holding out.
This dude airballed the finger roll, Mr. Dunk. Like
it's because he gained 13 pounds. Y'all want him to gain all that muscle. Y'all want him to gain all that muscle. Y'all wanted him to gain all that muscle. He got to get used to playing with some muscle, man.
Yeah, he a little shaky.
Yeah, I do know what it's like.
Made a good move and
go to the gym and then go try and shoot a jump shot. I know that.
Oh, the Thunder is going to win a Summer League championship. They got all their young guys. They're going to win.
Is Giddey playing?
FanDuel. No, but they got Trey Man and both Jalen Williams and Chet. Both Jalen Williams and Chet.
My man Chet got facial hair now. Yeah.
I'm gonna give myself a round of applause.
Yo grew up in 1 year.
What you just say, Red? You think they shot they missed? So I just want to give myself a round of applause for what I said last time I was on the show about what the Rockets were going to do.
I don't have your applause, but Chris, you said it. And here's the thing: I like the people they got.
You mean that?
They just paid them way too much money. But that's what happens when you one of them teams. You gotta overpay.
And then
what we talking about?
You gotta spend within the
Rockets
of your cap too. So you gotta spend some of that money.
So what happened with this salary cap? I thought it was supposed to be restrictive because they just giving money to people for long terms, 3 and 4 year deals. This is like the Lakers from a few years ago.
Again, you gotta spend within a certain percentage of your cap.
You can't hold on. You can't hold on to all your money. You gotta spend it.
Well, can you do it in 1 and 2 year increments instead of 4 years?
Well,
but this is how you build the culture, though.
Dylan Brooks for 4 years.
I mean, you the one that said they had to build some culture. Did you not?
I did. But
Dylan Brooks is a huge part of the culture in Memphis.
I thought he was gonna get. I sent y'all the screenshot. I thought he was gonna get 12, 13 a year. He got 20 a year.
I'm just giving myself a round of applause.
Because that was to me. I think that for Houston doing that was a slap in the face to the Memphis Grizzlies. It's saying, y'all lost a young guy. Y'all got Marcus Smart. He's a little bit older than he's a little bit older than Dylan Brooks. So. We can go ahead and pay Dylan Brooks for this nice contract because this is going to be his last nice contract unless he ball out in one of these 4 years, at least 2 of these 4 years.
I think he will. I think
I was gonna say I think he's gonna get an opportunity to be more, more part of the offense. So I think he will.
Nah, I don't think he should be part of the offense. I think he should focus going try to get Defensive Player of the Year.
I do too, but they got so many young guys that I think it's gonna be everybody.
They don't need scoring.
I think scoring going to come through, because like you said, they got young talent. They're going to be able to get up and down that floor. And then once Coach Udoka kind of slow the game down for them. You know what I mean? It's going to come a little bit easier for them.
Okay, Chad. Finish another good finish with the left.
I'm telling y'all, man, they about to win that summer league championship.
So what do winning the summer league championship means to you, Chris? It's because you keep talking
because I remember I just talked about FanDuel. We just say how they can bet on summer league, man.
I just gotta make sure that you ain't. I'm just trying to make sure that you ain't happy that they gave summer league rings.
Oh no, I mean well. I mean, I'm not mad at the trophy. I didn't know they got rings for it.
Yeah, they get rings.
Man,
that started last year, something like that.
Well, I mean,
rewarding mediocrity.
Don't understand why would you get a ring? I thought a ring would be more
sentimental.
Yeah, going to the finals.
Aren't they about to get a ring for this mid-season tournament?
I hope not.
Are they actually going to lay out?
I think they get a trophy. That's for sure.
A trophy for what?
For that mid-season tournament. I'm almost certain they do.
I want.
When they gonna lay the format out?
We doing all these tournaments. Can we get the bottom 16? Can we get that tournament for the number 1 pick? That's what I want to see.
I have
you wanted
games to play for the 1 seed. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, you want to tank all season. Let me see if you got some good talent. Let's see if you got something.
Right. But so I think me and Chris are in agreement. I like the Houston moves. I just think they overpaid.
Oh, we're not in agreement. So let's. I don't like their moves.
So you don't, even at the price point, take the money off the table, you don't like Van Vliet and their draft with Whitmore, Amen.
I was on here. I told you no on here.
Yeah, he said he didn't like the draft.
I didn't like the draft.
But I'm saying with that combined with what they brought in. And they should have had Brook Lopez apparently, but he played him. But
he definitely put a DeAndre Jordan on him.
Oh, I remember that. That was nasty.
They sent Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, all them to your house.
I saw the clip. I saw the clip where Chandler Parson was like, "Yeah, he left to go to a wedding, and then they was there." But to circle back real quick, remember I said it's just a lot of. Let me pull up their rosters to make sure my head's not So ESPN, they have the projected lineup as Van Vliet, Jalen Green, Thompson, Jabari, Sagan. Then you got Kevin Porter, Dylan Brooks, Cam Whitmore.
They got Dylan
Eason. They got Dylan Brooks off the bench, and then they got Landale.
What's the young boy
Jabari Smith Jr.
Yeah.
And they got a Men's Thompson starting probably because he just was drafted. But to circle back, I mean, I'll say this: the moves are decent. The money just sucks thoh. So I say that the moves are decent. The money sucks though. Me personally, I would have brought in. I would have looked at targeted a veteran 4 guy for 3/4 guy for Jabari. I would have bought somebody.
He had the number. What was he, number 2 last year?
I didn't say come off the bench, but do we see how all these vets are coming in and they're coming off the bench? I didn't say Jabari has come off the bench, but I'm saying it's nice to pay all these young guys. Fran VanVleet's not young, but Dylan Brooks is young. It's nice to pay them. Where's your veteran leadership on his team? You got a good coach. Fran VanVleet is your only vet. You got one vet and all these young guys. I'd try to look at bringing some more vets. I look at what the Grizzlies did and bringing in Derrick Rose. I look at all these teams. I look at Pat Bev going to the Sixers. I look at all these vets trying to go to some of these young teams. You need veteran leadership. I don't know why it disappeared. And if I'm a team like the Rockets, I'm bringing in vets for every one of my young guys. They need a vet.
But if I'm looking, and this can't be the real roster, but Van Vliet's 29.
Yeah.
You're
one and only vet.
Boban's 34.
But Boban don't count.
30. How he don't count?
All right, but okay, we're gonna work. Okay, we'll add it. We'll count Boban.
Kaminsky's 30. DJ Augustine's 35. And then you got a bunch of young guys. Willie Cauley-Stein's 30, 29, basically 30.
I didn't realize he was 7.
That's what I'm saying. You got these guys.
But these are guys that don't.
I'm not trying to disrespect them, but they're vets. They're vets.
But they don't really have the resume to be able to command a locker room.
Exactly.
Like, they got years in the league, but
But you're not commanding a locker room.
You think Patrick Beverly's about to command the locker room in Philly?
Yes, absolutely.
Joel Embiid
Absolutely.
is going to bounce
Absolutely.
him in the head if you get out of line.
No, he is not. Patrick, but no, he is not.
They're going to compete. You know that.
Pat Bev has been a voice on every single team he's been on.
Yeah,
and that's why they keep getting rid of him.
They keep getting rid of him, but every team he goes to, they start to get better.
They're going to compete.
And they're going to compete.
They were terrible with him in LA last year. They got him out of there.
Was that his fault?
Yes, he was trash. He been trash.
That's fine.
He just keeps getting 1-year deals, and I'm happy for him.
I love what he did with Minnesota, though.
Yeah, and look what he started saying when he got the Minnesota.
I love what happened when he was with the Clippers. I love what happened when he was on the Rockets before they traded for Chris Paul. Me personally, I'm a Pat Bev guy. So
we know that because he's in Philly right now.
No, I was a Pat Bev guy before this. I've been said I love Pat Bev and Draymond. Give me some of them before all these prima donna superstars that cry when they get touched. I've been saying this.
If the Rockets were to match Jalen Green, would you trade him for Tobias Harris?
Jalen Green?
Yeah.
For Tobias?
That's what I said.
I'm mad that you even thinking about this.
Nah. I would. Nah, I'm not even going. I would trade him.
Yeah, but that wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work at all. That's what I'm thinking about. Like,
if Harden's gone and it's Green and Maxey,
Tobias like too much money. You got to add somebody else to that deal.
That's why I said if they match Jalen Green because he's up at the end of this year.
But I just.
But isn't Tobias expiring? He's gonna be.
Yeah, Tobias.
This is last year. Oh, so yeah, it wouldn't work next year unless we wouldn't do that.
I mean, I'll say this real quick with the Rockets. If it works out, it works out. Say it again.
I said I still think they're the best team in Texas.
Nah,
they ain't better than the Mavericks.
Especially when the Mavericks brought back Kyrie. I told y'all how I felt about him and Luka if they build around him right way.
And they
I told you, I've been said on this show, I think them two together can be scary.
I might be siding with Ray on this one.
Yeah, brother, Mr.
I might be siding with Ray on this one. What did that, other than signing Kyrie, what did Dallas do?
I mean, Christian Wood is gone. He just started. Right or wrong. They got time.
It started, but it's over. Who's left?
I didn't see Dallas name not one time other than Kyrie. After that
draft was subpar.
No, I like the kid Lively. Oh, they brought in Steph Curry.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go crazy over that.
Oh, okay. Next.
They brought it. You know, they brought in Steph. They're shooting.
Holmes, I like him. That big, I like him. The young big from Sacramento. That was.
They don't use bigs in Dallas. But keep going.
I'm not gonna lie. I do.
No, he's starting. But keep going.
I do like the kid out of Kentucky. But me personally, like I would have traded my pick away. But it's cool. You know, I still don't think so we can still make a friendly bet right now that the Dallas Mavericks gonna have a better record than the Rockets.
Yeah, I ain't
picking on July 3rd. So let's make the friendly bet, right? You're so confident.
I don't even know what the Rockets lineup looks like.
I just read the lineup out loud. Did I not, Dev?
That's ESPN's projected lineup. I don't care nothing about ESPN. Half the people at ESPN ain't even.
That's their roster. You know their roster. I don't even know Dallas roster outside of.
He thought I was going to let that one slide.
I give it to you. So we got.
I'm right.
I don't need to know Dallas roster. And I'm telling you right now, I'm taking Dallas over Houston.
I'm simply saying. But before the year, remind me. Before the NBA year start, remind me. And I'm
it is, Chris. What's happening? I'm with it. I'm with it.
Is he not looking like Marlon Humphreys right now with the backpedaling?
It ain't a backpedal. I stood with what I said, but I don't.
You gotta give him a commander, DB, man. Come on.
I can't think of none.
Mess up their Achilles before the season started, and you be like, no, that's for me. But once I see what this team actually looks like after Summer League, I will be back, and I will likely stand exactly where I stand because I don't think it really matters. But I'm gonna give myself at least Summer League, see how they working with Udoka. Do we know if he's coaching them this Summer League?
He better not be.
Nah.
Who you coaching? He only coaching the Thompson.
Nick Nurse is coaching
the Summer League.
Yeah,
that's I love it.
Is he really? Are you sure?
Yeah, he coached earlier tonight. I was
I
watching.
love it.
Okay.
I love it. You know.
Well, I'm gonna
Damian?
go ahead and I'm a gambling man with you, Chris.
Yeah.
I believe that Houston
Oh.
will have a better season than Dallas.
Everybody
Okay,
seen that
no,
Jalen
I'm
Green
not.
video?
I have
Yeah,
not.
no. Listen,
Why did we bring that up?
That's
Why did
why.
we
So,
bring
Our
that
audience
up?
was asking.
You asked why am I thinking about it because I was just like I just saw but I didn't want to bring it up, so that's why I paused.
That was wild.
With no
That was a
comment, we gotta
wild
move
video.
on. Next topic. We gotta get
Yeah,
away.
we're
Next
gonna leave
topic.
that. We're gonna leave that
stay on,
situation.
let's stay on the court.
We got next topic, man. We got.
I ain't got nothing to do with what that man do in his dorm room,
We
man.
got next topic, man.
He just likes his teammates a lot, you know.
Next
It's
topic,
different.
Ray.
All right.
Anyway, I think Houston will have a better record than Dallas.
I'm going
Dallas is a
Oh,
tanking.
did y'all see this dunk in the summer?
Dallas is a tanking team.
Terrence
You see,
Mann banged
Oh,
somebody.
have mercy.
I didn't see it live.
Trey Man. I like Trey Man too.
I love Trey Man.
Yeah,
Trey
I
Man,
like
that's
him.
not-
Like I'm saying, the Thunder.
And one.
yikes.
Thunder?
It's like he just kept going, like the elevator just kept going,
I
man.
like-
Can we add in Oklahoma to this so I can say the Thunder gonna have the best record out of all of them?
No. We said Texas, Doug.
Oh, no.
Oklahoma is not in Texas.
Oh, trust me.
Come
I'm
on,
staying
man.
with Dallas.
Learn your states.
Wait,
Learn
you
your
think
states.
Oklahoma City will have the best record?
No, that's the point I was just trying to make. I was just trying to big up, OKC, Dev.
Oh, my bad.
Now
I
do you
just
want
thought
to,
you was. I just thought you was.
Not paying attention to school.
If we're gonna modify it, maybe we go young teams or young rosters. Which one? is
No,
gonna
I don't
have
want to say
better?
Houston had the best young roster, but I think they're going to be the best.
No.
Okay,
I
if
see
we
what you're trying to
modify
go
it-
with.
If we modify it and we go best out of the rosters, maybe Portland, OKC, Houston, maybe that type of deal, something like that.
And San Antonio, you might throw San Antonio in the mix
Yeah,
too.
throw them in there too.
We could
Nah,
throw the
I'm
Wizards in there
taking
too if
Portland.
y'all want to.
Obviously, I need to see what they do with Dame, but I'd like Portland way better than I like any of the teams you mentioned.
Well, we're
I'm
gonna
still
do
riding
it
with.
without Dame. At least I am.
And I think they're going to get something of value back.
I'm picking the Wizards, man. I like
Yeah.
Jordan Poole and Kuzma together. I think that's
There you go.
offense.
See?
That's
So,
50.
so when I come back,
But Ray,
Ray,
When the trolling
Right.
begins.
Ray, I'm
Right
laughing, but I'm real serious right now. I think they're gonna combine for 45 points. I'm real serious about that. You can book
they'll
that.
be better than the Bulls if
July,
Mike
what's
is
today? July 3rd. You can book it as I think Jordan Poole and Kuzma going to average about 45 points together, man. I think
Yeah,
that's
I can
going
see
to be.
that.
It's going to be high. It's going to be instant offense.
I can say July 3rd. My man Chris has been trolling.
That's okay. I will be the bigger man. I will tap into my Martin Luther King side there and keep.
Oh, you ain't gonna be Malcolm X today? We ain't gonna get brother Malcolm?
Oh Lord.
Not yet.
All right.
Only when necessary. They got some fireworks.
So I might troll one more time. Then.
Oh, we know you're gonna troll one more time.
So actually this is y'all gonna think I'm trolling, but I'm really not when I give me all my opinion. But so far, who would you say has been the winner of the offseason? Dev, I'll start with you.
Thank you. Give him the big screen.
The off season. I'm gonna go with my Lakers. I really think that my Lakers. We did not wait around. We did not go old. We did not give a lot of league minimums. We got some valid, good players back, and I think what Rob Pelinka did, man, was actually evaluate each talent, man, and put the right talent that's going to be needed around the AD and LeBron and Austin Reeves now, since Austin Reeves is the big money maker and pretty much the third star horizon pretty much now. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he's going to be trying to get the number 2 and have AD or LeBron in the backseat. But now with the key pieces that Rob Pelinka did put around us, he did good. He did real good. You know what I mean? I'm not a big fan of bringing back D'Lo, but he brought back a starting guard. We're not guard heavy. That's one good thing too, man. We don't have 18 guards on this roster this year. And also I was watching but yeah, I think we went out, we kept the core pieces from the trade from last year with Vanderbilt, D'Lo, and bringing in some other good pieces like Prince, Cam Reddish. Some hopefully Cam Reddish can get some time because man, if he can get some time on the floor, man, it'd
He's
be.
gonna see some time off that bench.
So I really think so far
And who's
between
Prince?
what happened.
He said Cam Reddish can get some time. So who ain't gonna get the time? Who time he taking?
I don't know. We lost Lonnie Walker, so there goes some time right there. Hope maybe because even though he ain't really get no time in the regular season, but
you might get some of that 3 minutes off. Might be the backup for Rui.
Yeah, Rui Vanderbilt, those minutes.
Yeah, and then depending on the teams that we playing against, against the matchups, you never know.
Like it's some minutes.
It might be some minutes out there. So hopefully
we don't have to waste time on him.
hopefully,
better play.
I'm telling you right now, Cam Reddish is going to see the floor.
I'm liking what the Lakers did this year. I'm giving us an A in the grade this offseason this year.
I agree. I've been saying it for like 2 years now. Rob Pelinka know what the heck he doing, and people kept killing him for all this stuff, but somehow he gets himself in and out of situations masterfully. I don't know how he keep doing it. I don't know who he know, but he figured it out. So definitely
maybe he talked to Danny Ainge, the finesse king.
Brad Stevens then took over too. He didn't finesse a couple teams, so already this whole season.
That's a dirty game they playing, and I don't know what they got, but they keep figuring it out. But Kenny, who you got as a winner this offseason?
Yeah, I agree. I think with the Lakers, of course, you have to put Phoenix in there as well. I think what they did, and a solid pickup. I think them picking up Eric Gordon. I think that was a really solid pickup, and on the cheap
ring chaser.
He trying. He is trying.
Where else was he supposed to sign?
Right, he's been in the league a long time. So, I think he helps, and of course, you're bringing in Bradley Beal. So I like what they did. I like Milwaukee putting the band back together one more time. Like I think that was a good thing because I think you got to put that thing together one more time to see if you can add another maybe piece or so to it. See if we can make another run. So I think those are the three teams that I'm looking at in terms of winners. Losers, I got to wait and see what happens with Miami because right now they're looking like the losers. But if they wind up getting Dame, then, it was a means to an end. But right now, if I had to just go off of right now, I think that's really the only loser that I can really look at right now to say that they're that, considering what has already transpired. I think Miami right now is the only team that kind of looks like a loser at this point. But
no, I got a couple I'll add to that. But we'll get right now, Chris, winners, then Dev, and we can come back and get. Actually, Chris, if you want to do losers too, and then Dev and me will circle back with winners.
I want to do losers last. I want to be last when it comes to losers.
All right, go ahead. And who you got?
For winners, I think we all can agree. And y'all remember how hype I was in the chat when the Lakers was making these moves, dropping in the chat. Like, man, like I think that, and I said in the chat, I think this is their best roster they had since they won the championship. I 100% believe that. I look at the depth that they can bring and the different style of offenses and different style of lineups they can put in. So right now, ESPN, they have D'Angelo Russell starting over Gabe Vincent.
That's the only position that might be the questionable.
And to me,
I don't question with D'Lo, but you get in the game with Gabe
Vincent. So I'm not worried about the point guard position at all. The two guard, you got Reeves for that, shooting guard, small forward spot. You got Reeves, LeBron, Hachimura, Prince, and Cam Reddish. For the power forward spot, the big man spot to me they still have Tristan Thompson on the roster. So I don't know if he still is with the Lakers.
How long?
But you said who?
Tristan Thompson. I'm just looking at it because if we talking about weak spots, to me it'd be the big man spot, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, we
signed big.
You signed Jackson Hayes.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think that's who you forgot, Dev. I think he should be starting, and it's time to put AD back at the 4.
Nah, I think Jackson Hayes is that spark off the bench that rim protector once AD goes to the bench. Right. You kind of need somebody in that too.
you go find somebody else in free agency. Rob Pelinka, we just give him all this credit. You were best when AD was at that 4 and LeBron and somebody was at the 5. Yes, you don't got to end the game like that, but I think you have a potential to go big and do not go home. I am a fan of what the Lakers are doing right now. I think you need to add one more big to this roster. I'm not worried about guards because LeBron's your point guard at the end of the day. So I care less about point guards.
Yo, Ron is trolling. Yo.
But the Lakers are the winner. Breaking news, boy.
Hey,
See you trolling, man. That was in my conference for college, man. That you trolling too much. That's big news right there. You know, you trolling, man. I don't care about Doc. I don't care about Bowie.
All jokes aside, that might be a better job for Doc.
So quick, you think Doc should go back to college? I mean, to college to coach, or
I ain't gonna lie though. If Doc was to go to Bowie, if he would, when they go against Lincoln, I'm booing Doc so hard, yo. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be.
It's a rumor that he about to be an analyst again.
Analyst,
yeah. ESPN.
I saw that. But the Lakers are the
I
winner.
don't know. It might hire him. You never know.
As an intern?
A lot of openings.
No more shots at Doc, man. Just shout out to the Lakers, man. Shout out to the Lake Show. Best franchise in basketball history. Shout out to the Lake Show.
So I ain't got to talk about him again.
Shout out to the Lake Show. Dev, you got the best team on paper right now in a group. Enjoy it.
Still need some size, though.
Of course, 100%. 100%. But I think you can get one more center in there, and I'm going to look to see who's available. Then y'all have the best roster.
There's some big still out there. I won't beat the same drum as y'all. I do obviously think the Lakers had a phenomenal offseason. I'm not as high on the roster as I think y'all are, but that's just me. We can talk about that later. For me as a winner, I like what Cleveland did. I think they stayed pat. I think they got another guard that can provide some distribution on that team when things bogged down with Mitchell. They refuted all the Garland rumors. They kept basically the young core together. I think they got Karis LeVert back, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they got him back.
I think they were a better team than they did performed last year. I just think they needed a little bit of toughness and a little bit of maturity. So I think they're a big winner for me. And then the last team that I will say, I like ultimately, at least the way they're selling it, I like what Golden State has done. They got rid of Jordan Poole and whatever. There was obviously more to it based on what I've heard since. And I said this when he got punched. Nobody really backed him up. And since he's got traded, nobody seems to be shedding a tear over the fact he's not there. Everything has been, we needed to change. We needed to shift. We needed something, as if to say he was the problem.
Yeah, I mean, clearly the chemistry was off. So and he's the only one that's not there. So, it's just the math.
They brought in the young guy.
That, Ray.
I like the guy they drafted, the white kid. He looks like he fits the mold very well. And they kept the majority of their core together still. So I don't know how they doing it financially, but I guess I'm too broke to understand it. But I think they are positioned to be right there. And who
the losers? We're being too nice right now. We're being too nice. Where the losers at? It's time to hurt.
I got one more loser too, but I'll let y'all on go first.
So I will start with the biggest loser for me is Orlando. I don't know what the heck Orlando's doing. They have, in my opinion, a generational talent, and they do not appear to be doing what is necessary. They re-signed, I think, Frank Wagner, or Vons Wagner, whatever his name is. Like,
brother, they
what are you doing? Y'all have a guy there that I think is going to be really good for a really long time, and y'all better figure it out really quickly because he's gonna go. His personality is big. He can handle, I think, the big lights. He can handle the big city. I think they are on a short clock, and I like. Granted, Houston overpaid. But Houston told me we're trying. I don't know what the heck Orlando's doing.
Well, let me ask you this, Ray. Do you think it was one of those situations where they couldn't get anybody to take the money? Or was it that they didn't want to spend it more so than that they're not wanting to spend the money?
That's possible. I think it's more so not wanting to spend because everybody watched that kid play last year. I can't believe that there's nobody that wants to go play with him. And everybody outside of him, you can come in and start.
You want me to tell you the issue, Ray?
Talk to me.
Remember what I said, that they had a chance to have the best draft night that we've seen in a long time. And they fumbled. We can like all these young players that they drafted. Whoop-de-doo. I don't care. Because they keep drafting them. You drafted Cole Anthony. You drafted Jalen Suggs. You brought in Markelle Fultz. You still got Gary Harris on the roster. So you got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 young guards. For what? And which one of them are really moving the needle? You had 2 lottery picks and all them young talents. That's crazy. You had 2 lottery picks and all them young guards. You mean to tell me you couldn't have made a move to bring in at least one guy that we know is legit, that we know is going to stand out? Because honestly, when I look at all these guards, nobody stands out to me. They all have their own nights. So what, like, they're small forward, power forward, center are their best players. Franz Wagner, Paolo, and Wendell Carter. To me, those guys are legit. You can build around them.
Yeah,
everybody else is expendable.
And
because those are the only guys at their position. Everybody else can go. They should have been traded. You should have better on the guard, but they fumbled. They fumbled bad.
And I'll be completely honest with you. I look at somebody like Cam Johnson. You could have threw some money at him. I look at even Russell Westbrook.
Right?
He was restricted.
Was he?
Yeah, he was restricted, so that would have been tough.
Even somebody, to me, I think Russell Westbrook rated as another guard. I would have liked to see him with the freedom. He was obviously super cheap. Like, I would have liked to see him get up and down with Paolo. Like,
he wasn't going there. He's trying to win. I see what you're saying.
If he believes in Kawhi and Paul George's knees, I got a bridge I can sell him. Like,
but if I'm presented the option between Orlando and the Lakers, and the Clippers, I'm taking my chances with the Clippers.
Yeah, nothing.
Orlando had money to spend. He got,
but Russ is probably looking like, I made the money. I want to win. Everybody keeps saying that I'm not a winning basketball player. That's not the narrative. That's the narrative with Russ. Not my narrative, but everybody's narrative is that I'm not a guy that can help contribute to winning. So if I'm Russ, which Russ just did, he signed less so the team can build and they can go try to win something. Because I fully believe if those 2 guys have been healthy, they would have went to at least 2 finals and they would have beat the Bucks the year that the Suns went. So moving forward, if those 2 guys somehow can have the foul in youth, or the league lets them partake of some experimental things that's going to keep them knees right,
out here rim protecting.
Then the Clippers going to win some.
I seen them block at the rim.
I don't see it. If y'all say so, I'm looking around. There's too many players that took. There were a lot of people I think got overpaid, but there was a lot of people
that happened in NBA.
Friendly deals.
Especially now.
Like, I don't know. Hey, did y'all know?
I'm mad they didn't throw no money at Van Fleet though. I'll tell you that.
Did y'all hear me? Jeff Green's in Houston.
Yeah. He part of that veteran squad.
Definitely about to be the best team in Texas.
Okay. So you got another guy to the roster. Are you ready to make the bet July 3rd, or do you need some more time?
Nah, we good. Take that.
Okay.
Put it down.
Put it on wax, man. Y'all let us know what y'all want.
Thomas Bryant got 2 years, $5 million. Like, I just feel like there were a lot of other players they could have won that. O'Shea Brissett from Indy. He's a young guy. He's a hooper. Boston got him 2 years, $4 million. Like, Cam Reddish, for what it's worth, I'm not the biggest Cam Reddish fan.
We talking about Russ or Orlando?
But Cam is
Orlando.
But you're not named. You keep naming young guys. They don't need no more young guys. Yeah, it's like the Rockets.
There's not a lot of good old ones.
But you so But my thing was, it wasn't even about signing. We talking about signing. For Orlando, to me, it was a trade part of free agency. When you have
who they gonna trade? They don't got a lot of value.
You had the number 7 and the number 11 pick.
I got you.
Then you
had
had
Cole Anthony.
But then you had Cole Anthony. You had Jalen Suggs. You had Gary Harris.
Ain't Jalen Suggs coming off an injury? And
Wagner brothers. The Wagner brothers, you could trade one of them.
I know I'm not trading Franz unless I'm getting back a bona fide stud.
Franz, I would keep. Suggs, I would keep.
Though I think that's their best route to be able to.
All those guards can go.
They're getting free agents like that. I think the trade route is the best route for the Magic.
You have 4 guards and 2 lottery picks. All them guards can go.
Yeah, but what can you get for them?
Listen, I could pass the test right now, Rod. You could ship it to my house.
Got him.
But I think Cole Anthony has some value.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And I think the Wagner brother has some value. So I think you could package those guys into a deal. Even Gary Harris, I think, has some value.
Yeah, Gary Harris is a guy that a contender would take right now. Because he proved himself to be playing on that level when he was with Denver.
Oh, shoot! I could take that bet. I'm about to shave mine. I'm losing the head. It'll be easy for me.
But yeah, I didn't care for them. And I'll throw one more in there for me that I just don't get. And Damien, this is why I said it. I don't know what Chicago's doing. Like, y'all trying to get the injury exception for Lonzo Ball, but what else y'all gonna do? Like, y'all wasn't that good last year, and y'all just got older. Like, I don't know what they do. So that's my 2, Orlando and Chicago, especially because I think the East is weak. I think there's like 2 or 3 maybe dominant teams, but outside of that, I think it's a toss-up. And I think they're missing an opportunity.
Yeah, top 3 set.
But yeah, easy.
Well, wait, we gotta wait and see if the Heat get Dame. Then we could revisit it.
It depends on if it's a Melo deal, then no. And if I'm Portland, I'm not trading for nobody but Bam. You can keep everybody else besides Bam.
If you didn't want to end that man career like that.
A word. That is.
Big men don't last in Portland.
You ain't never lied.
We just talked about how
big men don't last in Portland.
As much as I've been trolling, I'm with you. If I'm Portland, man, listen. Obviously, you're not gonna give me Bam, but I'm gonna threaten like I want Bam. But then
ain't doing it for me.
I'm gonna threaten like I love. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna threaten like it's Bam or nothing. Then I'm gonna make you go find another team to give me some more assets. So that's what I'm gonna do if I'm Portland. Oh, you're not gonna give me Bam? Well, go find another team that's gonna be a part of this trade and give me back more.
That to me is it's simple.
This is my other loser though. By the way, these guys right here, they're losing. They're losing.
I know you ain't talking about that trash and then put them losers on the screen.
What you mean? We was talking about losers in free agency. I said my team's a loser.
Yeah, me too. I'm not happy with my Knicks.
Really?
Oh, that's where we can disagree.
I'm not happy.
I like
DiVincenzo, but
I was about to listen. I didn't save this number 8 topic. I was going to talk about you. I'm taking it back now.
Yeah, I'm not happy.
I'm taking it back. That was my best free agent signing. I'm taking it back.
No, I don't like that Obi Toppin trade. I think that was a trash deal. Like, that's the best you can get is 2 second-round picks for a lottery pick from 2 years ago.
Considering what we got for Bradley Beal and some of the other trades, I think that's pretty good.
That's trash franchise.
I'm not happy.
And then y'all signed DiVincenzo. I thought he's a solid sign.
Solid.
It's
more so for that Obi Toppin trade than this for DiVincenzo because I've liked DiVincenzo since he was in college. So
I like him since he gave my team 40 in high school.
But I didn't like. I don't like
40.
I don't
you
like
think,
that Obi
Kenny?
Toppin
You think the
trade.
Knicks got better or worse?
Stagnant.
Yeah. I just think we added a piece to the bench. I think you still got to find a way to move Fournier because that's another guy that DiVincenzo will play ahead of him. So you got to find a way to move him.
Fournier has
So
I got a question about the DiVincenzo move. Ain't he the same player as Josh Hart?
Better shooter, way better
shooter.
39%.
And he's a better shooter. and he could also. I think he's a little better, in the pick and roll action, be able to create his shot and create for other guys. So I think he's a little different. I think he's more like. I think you put him on the bench. You put him in quickly. I think you put them coming off the bench together. I think you've got an interesting.
I think the Knicks are deep.
Punch.
And they're interchangeable. So, so let's say Josh Hart's not having a good shooting night. You need some defense to end the game. You can put in DiVincenzo. So that's how it's going to be hard to put them both on the court because then you're going to have to put a guy like RJ at the 4.
But I don't like the depth in the front court now. After you trade Obi Toppin,
True.
Then you already playing Julius Randle 10 minutes already as it is. True. So now you're basically getting rid of the one guy that's the backup 4. So I didn't understand that.
Yeah, like right now, ESPN, and I'm sorry we keep quoting ESPN. We're going to talk about them, but that's the only place that has they show depth charts. Y'all have no backup 4. Y'all backup 4 on paper is Josh Hart. So
I don't like it.
There's no backup. There's no backup depth. I like the guy Heinsberg. I know I'm butchering his name. You know what I'm
talking about.
Yeah, I like him as the backup 5.
He's solid.
Yeah. He's solid. I like Hartenstein.
Jericho Sims has all the athleticism in the world. I just feel like sometimes he plays with 2 left feet.
Yeah. I think his IQ. Yeah, his IQ it needs to come up. But I like his athletic. Unless they're going to be playing him at the backup 4, I don't really know who else you are playing.
I love your guard depth. I love your guard.
We got depth for days in terms of guards, but you got to get rid of Fournier. You got to find a home for him because he's just rotting on the bench.
So
I think you use him to try to get to actually a front court depth.
What about McBride? Are you getting rid of McBride too?
Yeah, you go. Especially now you got DiVincenzo because he could play a little backup point.
And I love Quentin Grimes when he's been bringing too, but we're not gonna make this into the Knicks show, man.
Yeah, Quentin Grimes is solid.
I don't know. I liked what the Knicks did, considering I didn't think y'all were that far away.
It's a good move for the bench. But again, I think that the front court depth took a hit. Like you took a step forward, but then you also took a step back in terms of the front court depth taking a hit. So while the back court depth, between 1, 2, and 3, we got depth for days.
Yeah, but 4 and 5, y'all have no depth.
It's thin.
It's nasty.
But I feel like that's a lot of teams in the league at this point.
I guess.
But when you got an injury-prone 5,
Orlando,
you got an injury-prone starting center.
And then we all know, unfortunately, what happens to Tibbs guys that play a bunch of minutes.
Injuries.
Exactly. We saw him break down at the end of the year, Julius Randle. So
Mitchell Robinson gonna get a mid-season injury.
But I think with that acquisition and obviously bringing Josh Hart back, I think the load is going to be lessened on him offensively. And I think we saw that at times. There was some of this, and I think they're going to take the ball out of his hands a little bit because y'all got plenty of people that can handle the ball.
That's on RJ Barrett, though. RJ Barrett needs to be the one that's to step up to make life easier for Julius Randle because we saw Jalen Brunson, what he can do. To me, this RJ Barrett. The RJ Barrett, did he re-sign? Did he re-up or anything?
Yeah, last year.
Oh, my God. I forgot they did that, man.
You said, oh, my God.
Wow. Man, he is looking like the best player in that draft, but
that's crazy.
I was trolling. I was trolling. He just talked about a 30 for 30 for the draft.
Well, at least he's the
one that's not making no trouble.
He's
the only headline. He's the only one that his headlines are strictly about basketball. Now they're not good headlines, but they're headlines.
No maintenance.
At the end of the day, but he needs to step up for me in order to take this team serious. I don't. If he plays inconsistent and I don't like the way he plays, I can't take him serious. If he plays well, this team can.
He just gotta. For me, RJ Barrett, the next step for him is just to get that consistent jumper. I think that's what's really keeping him from really taking that next step to be the consistent 20-plus point scorer. Yep.
And I want him and Julius Randle to go in the gym for 2 hours with their left hand tied behind their back and see what happens.
Real quick, actually, this will go for the Knicks, but does Jay Crowder get a job this year?
Yeah. Actually, I would. That's an interesting one to look at.
He could play with the Knicks right now.
I was going to say, he could play that stretch. He could play that stretch 4 and be that punch off the bench. So that would be an interesting option for the Knicks.
How old is Jay
I think
Crowder?
he's
If anybody knows,
I think he's early
They
30s.
have him listed at his age ain't on here. Let me see. I think he's early 30s.
Yeah.
yeah, because it's a lot. We strictly contenders too.
32. He just turned
32.
30.
Yeah, like I look at a team like Dallas. Dallas could use a Jay Crowder right now.
I think, but
Yeah, that's a good one.
Dallas
gotta
could
get,
use a Jay Crowder.
but
The
While you
Kings,
play, hey,
Phoenix-
Phoenix could actually use him
Phoenix,
back while you playing now that
Yeah.
Monty Williams ain't there.
Sacramento, and Denver could use a Crowder.
Yeah.
Sacramento and Denver.
Sacramento came to my mind.
Um,
I like that they maxed Sabonis. They were kind of quiet in free agency, but I don't think
we talking about losers.
Yeah, they ran it back.
Why they pay Harrison Barnes so much?
Yeah, I'm about to say they ran it back too.
Why they pay him
Because
so
he got
much?
that championship ring.
And then the next year he cost them a championship ring. So what?
Don't matter. He got one.
You
He the
know?
only one that got. He the only one that got a ring on that
I
that
see what you're
roster.
saying. No, you're right. I'm trolling.
Well, I got one more loser.
I do think he'd have got paid somewhere else, but I don't know if I'd have paid him that much.
I wouldn't have paid him.
I would go ahead though.
Oh, I think the Nuggets is I would say they're a loser as well.
Because of Bruce Brown?
But we
Bruce
all know he
Brown,
wasn't
Jeff
resigning. We all know Jeff
I think
Green.
those are two key pieces that they're losing off their bench.
Jeff Green. I'll say this. Bruce Brown. It's hard for me to count because I didn't see him re-signing. You know he was going to get paid.
Yeah.
They brought back Reggie Jackson, who we all was curious why he didn't play. Not saying he's going to be Bruce Brown what he brings, but I think Reggie Jackson at that backup guard spot, we're going to see why.
They got to get something from him.
You know they're going to. I think he's going to play. I think he's going to play well.
They don't have no choice. Oh, they don't have no choice now. They don't
He's
have
going to play well. You got Christian Braun, who I think is going to take the next step. So Jeff Green, he brought that veteran mindset, that veteran leadership. Y'all just win a championship. Y'all don't need that no more.
Consistent production too.
Jeff Green was giving them 5 points. Christian Braun can do that.
I'm saying in terms of consistent production, like you know what you're going to get every night from Jeff Green. Christian Braun, I think he was a little inconsistent. I think that's why his minutes was up and down during the season. So we got to wait to see if he's going to be consistent in terms of his production off the bench. But he's going to get the opportunity, that's for sure.
Their depth does suck this year, if I'm being honest.
Nah, I like Justin Holiday. I think he's a decent fit. Just a guy.
E and 03.
So real quick, I know Chris, you want to get to some more losers. Is Indy a winner or a loser this offseason?
Oh, let me see what they did again.
They didn't move Turner or
Brown.
They brought in Bruce Brown.
Traded for Obi Toppin.
They got.
I like the Obi move.
I like it.
I'm a fan of Obi Toppin.
Yeah, I'm saying winner.
I think they're a winner, and it's not too late. You know, we keep saying free agency is over and all that stuff. It's not too late if you find a suitable trade partner for a Turner or a Buddy Hield. Because I like Benedict Mathurin. To me, I love his game, and so if you feel like you can get a lot for Buddy Hield, you're not too upset if you gotta, play Benedict Mathurin more. As long as Tyrese Halliburton to me stays healthy, this team to me is a lock to be a top 10 seed. And it's crazy that we used to say top 8, but now when I say top 10, I don't know. The East is weak, but at the same time, you got a lot of fringe teams that can be from anywhere 6 to 10. So I think this team is locked to make it at least the play.
They won 35 games last year. How many did they win this year?
40
plus?
40 plus, 42 plus.
I give them 45.
I give them 42 plus.
So they're okay. They got to be a winner. 7-10 game improvement is a win.
Yeah, because you got to think.
Good.
Tyrese missed a lot of games last year. So I think with the better roster and if he can stay healthy, this is a playing team, 100%.
All right, Chris, let's get your losers.
Orlando out the gate loser. Philly are looking like losers right now. 100%, we're looking like losers. And then my last team, the Timberwolves are forever going to be losers for doing what they did for Rudy Gobert. It just blows my mind It just blows my
And
mind.
they paid.
They paid.
They gave Ant-Man the extension.
You know, he deserved that bag.
The other big. They got now. I can't think of
Nas Reed. Yeah,
Nas Reed. Yeah,
it just blows my mind that's why they're a loser. Not because of Nas Reed. I love his game. It's because of Rudy Gobert.
We dropped him.
You made that move for no reason. I forgot which one of you guys said this team was going to be so good. I feel like it was Ray. I could be wrong. I feel like it was you though, Ray, that said this team was going to be good.
I thought they would be good last year.
Yeah, and we all told you how they was going to be abysmal. Yeah, they made the playoffs. They got smacked. They're not making the playoffs next year. You can book me July 3rd, 2023. As the rosters are how they are right now, they will not make the playoffs.
Let me ask y'all this question.
Ooh.
Pelicans will be better than next year if healthy.
Carl Anthony Towns,
Thunder and Dallas.
There's
There's 3 teams
on the roster opening night.
Yes. He's not the issue. Your issue is you got Rudy Gobert, who will not be able to. I'm not saying he's trash, but I'm not saying he's trash at all.
I think the whole
he's trash.
Hey, actually, if I'm Minnesota, I'm calling Portland immediately.
See if they would take Cat off their hands.
Easy.
Dang. Another big man going down.
Right.
Y'all know big men don't survive in
For
Portland.
what though? For what you gonna get back?
They got Max. Yeah, you can make that Max. You can make that deal. Because Cat on the Max deal, so you can make it work.
I can throw in a pick. We got.
You think? Okay, now we're looking at something. Let's look at this roster. Okay, Ray Stradamus. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if they just take name for Cat, they crazy. So let's the Timberwolves are so bad you can't even look at their roster. They know that they know they're so bad. They're only showing centers because they got 4 of them. That's how you know this team. So let's go to Basketball Reference. You know, you cook something up right there. I'm with you. You're going to throw Karl Anthony Towns, maybe some more players, and you
y'all been a little disrespectful to Karl Anthony Towns. I know we might.
No. I'm not disrespecting him. I'm disrespecting Rudy Gobert.
And again, I think this Dame Lillard praise that everybody got, I don't completely understand.
He's top 5 of this position. And Dame. And I just don't see
without question.
What today, right now?
Yes.
Top 5.
No question.
Top 5.
Let's go. Humor me here. So where does Steph for the sake of this conversation?
Steph, he's number 1. Let's be honest. Let's not beat around the bush.
So y'all are taking.
We ain't going down to Steph.
You're taking Dame over Ja.
Yes, I am.
Yes. I'm taking Dame over Ja.
All right, then we don't got to talk no more.
Thank you.
That's
he top 5.
You was trying to have a conversation that didn't need to be had.
Right? Are you saying so? You're saying he's top 5 then?
No, I was going to keep going. There's
other
names.
Go ahead. So
because
go
ahead.
But if y'all have Dame ahead of
go ahead, go because you was going to say Darren Fox. I love him. I'm taking him over Darren. So right now, Luka,
yeah,
Steph,
yeah,
Dame,
no, not a chance.
So who? I'm taking him over Trae Young. Yes,
easy.
I'll give you that.
So then who's left? The only people are left are Shai Gilgeous-Alexander,
SGA. Absolutely.
Who you taking?
SGA every day of the week.
So you taking Trae over Dame or no?
No, I give you Dame.
So you got wait.
Over Dame.
So your top 5 point guards then are Luka, Steph, SGA, Ja, and Darren Fox.
I would take all the 5 over Dame today. Absolutely.
Are you taking Kyrie over Dame?
They're one in the same.
Actually,
you know what? I would take Kyrie today because he's shown me he can win on the big stage.
Boom. Dame Lillard last year averaged 32 points and 7 assists.
That's big time.
And what did they do? They did
absolutely nothing. SGA, what he do last year?
SGA was almost a playing team on a team that had nobody on it for real. They lost their number 2 pick.
So wait. Now we're celebrating play-in teams. Dev, did he not just tell me
play-in is better than what Portland did?
Dev, did he not just say, oh, y'all went to the Super Bowl and lost anyway, so it don't matter. We're in the same ballpark. So now you almost went to the play-in team. you didn't even make it. You were almost a
But you're
loser.
saying the point
And then
guard
you,
that was worse.
you were almost in a losing tournament. We're going to give you credit for almost being in a losing tournament. Come on now. Come on. Now.
And honestly, they probably would have passed. Portland probably would have passed them if they didn't sit.
If they didn't go tank for trying to get Wemby.
Are you kidding
being
me?
honest?
Portland won 33 games last year. What are y'all talking about?
Right, and Dame missed the last 17 games. So you telling me that they wouldn't have
won it maybe 8, 9 of them.
The last 17 games?
No.
Oh, you out your
I don't know about that.
Y'all gonna see.
You out your mind.
Y'all gonna see when Dame Lillard all of a sudden see Rod, and this is why.
I'm not going to troll. I'm not going to troll today.
Can't do that one, Rod. Can't do that one.
Like I said, y'all gonna see it.
Right.
Y'all hype Dame, cool.
I'm not hyping Dame, but I'm
y'all
saying
he's better than Ja. Like I get it. But
absolutely. What has Josh shown me? Josh been a number 2 seed and lost in the first round.
At least he get there.
About? So
He lost to who? Who did he lose to?
Dame
me that. Who did he lose to?
Dame been in Western Conference Finals. What are we talking about?
10 years ago.
2 years ago.
10 years ago.
3 years ago.
How long ago was it?
It's like 4 years ago.
He's been consistently second round.
The
game
bubble was
7.
before during COVID.
Look.
Yeah, so that 18, 19.
And what did he do in the Western Conference Finals?
He lost, but damn, who was going to beat the Warriors team when they had Kevin Durant?
Not Dame Lillard, that's for sure.
Again.
Wasn't that a sweep?
Yeah.
That
was the year that Kev got hurt. This last year
is that a sweep?
I mean, all I'm saying is Josh showed me nothing for me to put him over Dame. What does he show me? They both are electric players. We talking about winning. They didn't win. Winning to you is only winning the championship. So they both didn't win nothing.
And in this conversation, and now Dame is just going nuts.
What are you saying now?
Yeah, he's losing his mind.
Dame, maybe the first one. No. I'm trolling. It's my guy. I'm trolling with my guy.
It ain't over. Yeah.
But
he's
top 5, man. You're crazy if Dame's not a top 5 point guard.
So name your top 5.
I did.
It's no order. No. He said Steph.
And I don't even have him top 6. I got Kyrie ahead of Dame.
So SGA, Darren Fox, and John Morant.
All of them.
I bet you before the Kings went on this run, you would not have put Darren Fox over.
That is a lie. I've been hyping Darren Fox since I seen him cook Lonzo Ball in college.
Okay. And he'd been over Dame.
So you had him over.
You got guys that we talk about winning. You talk about winning so much.
Let me make sure
you talk about guys that haven't won nothing. SGA has not been to the playoffs not once. And he's the lead guy.
Hold on. Let's make sure we clear. So
you're
saying prior to this year, you had De'Aaron Fox over Dame. Prior to this year, you had De'Aaron Fox.
Coming into this year?
No. Yeah, right. Prior to this year. Okay, I'm just making sure.
But today, I'm taking De'Aaron Fox over Dame Lillard every time I get a chance.
Why?
SGA too.
Tell me why. Tell me why though. Tell me why.
Lost in the first round.
Tell me why.
Go ahead.
Like, tell me what these guys do better than Dame.
It
don't say age. It don't say age.
So tell me what matter. Dame Lillard misses mad time.
Darren Fox missed time too.
Darren Fox had injury problems. John Morant is about to miss
SGA went down. SGA went down.
Goes down every year.
John
missing games for pulling the strap out, trying to be NBA young boy.
Comparable. Dame's career, with what he's accomplished with that amount of talent, y'all are
what talent?
All in that. All the players that I just named.
Exceptional talent has
Dame had?
So now we're just disrespecting CJ McCollum.
No.
You said exceptional talent. To me, exceptional talent.
Jeremy Grant is not talented. Jeremy Grant is
to me. Dev, let me know if I'm tripping.
Exceptional is not a ball.
No. Exceptional talent to me means guys that are all NBA type of guys. That's exceptional talent. But now, there's one thing to say talented.
Name me. Darren Fox finally got somebody to run with him, and they exceeded expectations. Give SGA some legitimate talent Let Chet Holmgren play. Let Josh Giddey get better. Let Lou Dort and them keep expanding and growing. That team is on the rise.
Okay.
So you're saying
talking about?
So
they don't have to win the championship
you
to be
don't think
better than
they're a
Dame.
playoff team?
Say that again.
If Dame's on the Kings,
Dame on that team, you don't think they're a playoff team?
I think he stunts the growth of most of the other young players there. Yes.
How does he stunt their growth?
Makes the game easier for them.
Oh my God.
I don't see that.
Whose growth has he ever stunted when he's been with Portland?
Like we could make the same argument almost in terms of him, the way he slants the court. You could make the same argument that the way you love Steph Curry. Like he does all of the same things that Steph Curry does.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
Level.
How that he averaged the same amount of points with the same amount of threes taken and made. What are we talking about?
Yeah,
from the same distance.
Then
Then
this is what y'all saying.
And he has the ball in his hands more than Steph too.
So you're
yes,
saying
you're going to ask yes,
the same amount and it makes the same amount of Steph Curry. That's what you just said.
Yup, absolutely. I'm saying that. Christopher Brown.
Go show me the stats where that's ever happened.
Woo! Show you the stats, boy. They pulled up. Let's go to stats. Let's go to regular season.
I ain't gonna lie, that man came third in scoring last year.
For the regular season.
Just playing 58 games.
Let's go to 3 points made.
Go ahead.
They both shooting 11 threes a game. They both hitting 4.
Hold on. Okay, I got it.
Let's go to the year before that.
Oh, look, hold on. I got it. I just
go to made.
Here it is. Listen, this is career. NBA regular season stats, career. Stats per game. Points per game. Steph Curry, 24.6. Damian Lillard, 25.
Can we address the shooting?
Okay. I'm getting there. Hold on. Dame, 25.2. Rebounds per game, 4.7 for Steph, 4.2 for Dame. Assists per game, 6.5 for Steph, 6.7 for Dame. Steals, 1.6 for Steph, 1 for Dame. Field goal percentage, 47.5% for Stephen Curry, 43.9% for Dame. 3-point percentage, 42.8. Dame Lillard, 37.2. Free throw percentage, 90.9. Dame Lillard, 89.5.
So in the shooting stats, it's a 5% difference. It's not even close.
4 to 5% difference, and the numbers are basically identical. Only thing you got is efficiency. Only thing you got is a little higher for
July 3rd, 2023.
If you put Steph on that same, if you switch those two teams, those two guys on their rosters, I bet you those efficiencies change.
Thank you. I didn't even have to say it.
Imagine Steph running with Anthony Simons right now.
Oh my God! Imagine Dame running with Draymond that sets illegal picks, and imagine Dame running with Klay Thompson that's hitting.
Yusuf Nurkic and those other bigs that they've had can't set screens. What are you talking about?
Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Come on,
I don't even remember watching Nurkic play this year. I don't even remember watching Nurkic play this year. Let's be honest. Look. You keep bringing them Nurkic. I'm a fan of Yusuf Nurkic, right? Last year, 52 games. The year before that, 56. The year before that, 37. The year before that, 8. We keep talking about Yusuf Nurkic. He hasn't played more than 60 games in the past 4 years.
That's pretty common. What are you talking about?
We already said Portland is where bigs careers
I'm saying we keep bringing him up with this exceptional talent. How are we going to say exceptional talent if he's not there when he needs him to be there?
I said he's had better talent than all those people you mentioned, and he has.
Besides CJ McCollum, name another 20-point scorer that he's had.
So Jeremy Grant's not good anymore.
No. I'm saying because
you think Jeremy Grant was good in the beginning.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you, Dev. Thank you, Dev.
Over this 11, so
Jeremy Grant got all them buckets with the Pistons when he was by himself
for 11 years,
and then he got overpaid. Let's be honest.
He's a 4-5. Another all-star caliber talent that he's played with besides CJ McCollum.
If I had to go back and look,
I got one. LaMarcus Aldridge.
That's it.
How many SGA played with?
We talking about the beginning of SGA.
Oh, he played with Russ, didn't he?
Yes.
He was there with Russ. So he played with Russ.
Chris Paul.
And what they do?
And he played with Chris Paul.
They doing now.
And he started out with the Clippers. And he's coming off the bench.
Nah, they had nobody.
He had
They
talent.
had
He
nobody
played with
there.
talent.
They had nobody there. But SGA has always been played with talent. This is the year that they handed him the
Always play with
keys.
talent.
Not always. Not this past year. He didn't play
Not the past 2 years. Not the past 2 years. With that first
He
year.
was like, no, hold on.
My fault. My bad.
They had the number 2 pick last year.
My
What are you
bad.
talking
I said my bad. They had he hasn't proven talent. Let me say that. Proven talent.
Kenny was like, no, I can't ride with you that far.
Proven talent. My bad. Proven talent. Proven talent. My bad. Let me emphasize proven talent.
My man, Kenny said before the back pedal starts. Hold on.
Let me take a step back. We talking about proven talent.
The bell for that one.
My bad, yo. I forgot the word proven.
I don't know how y'all derailed the show. And it's 10:45.
You derailed the show. I
you
said Dame's not a
talking
top 5
crazy.
point guard. You're the only person in the
Y'all
world
can
that
love
believes
y'all
that.
some Dame Lillard, and guess what? I don't care where he's at next year. They ain't going nowhere. Stamp that.
See,
Probably about to end up in Washington.
See, we got to clip.
We don't want him.
How you gonna say that if he winds up in Miami? Come on, man.
What? Oh, I would love him to end up in Miami just so it can prove my point.
Nah, they have no depth, so I will say that. But to say Dame's not top 5 point guard in the league to me is a little outlandish. When those guys, Dame has a 1-0 anybody standard.
He got him 6, so I can't go too crazy.
No, I can't. You're out your mind. You're out your mind.
Yeah, you gotta let him ride by himself, Kenny. You already just said. Back
30,
up.
32, 29, 30, 27, 27. Talking about Dame
and losing. Not even close. Not even competitive.
What SGA doing? SGA ain't
Go look
doing
it up. Go look up what SGA doing. Matter of fact, while you at it.
I did. Averaging less points than Dame. What are we talking about?
They're winning at a much higher clip. With a much worse team.
They didn't even make the playoffs. How are they winning? What did they win?
At a higher clip. You got to read and listen to the entire sentence.
But what did they win, though?
They won more games.
What did that accomplish them, though?
Sitting on the sideline with them.
Thank you. Now let's move on.
That's all he wanted.
Let's move on. Look. The next topic, as I'm looking, the next topic are the Lakers the favorites after these moves. I'll open it up to you, Kenny. Are the Lakers the favorites after these moves?
You took a great job.
I still got Denver ahead of them. Because we got to see how all of the pieces fit, and we already know in terms of the core of Denver coming back, it's just using some bench pieces. So I still got Denver ahead of them, but I would say that they are the between them and Phoenix, you would have to say those are the other 2 contenders for the West. But I still got Denver ahead of them right now.
No.
That's all you got?
That's all you got?
What else I need to say? Like, y'all real excited. Like, no.
We didn't even go yet. You didn't even hear my answer. You didn't even hear my answer. You didn't hear my answer.
Whoa.
Dad, what we say about that Y word, he said y'all again. You didn't even hear my answer.
You started the conversation. That's why.
I did. So I'll just go next. So let Dev end it off. Obviously, they're not the favorite. Are they having the best free agency? Absolutely. But to say that they're the favorite, I cannot guarantee that. I cannot put my name on it. I put my name on a lot of stuff July 3rd, 2023. But I will not say the Lakers are the favorites.
A lot of players that was in contract years performing now that they didn't got paid.
I mean, listen. I just said they're not the favorite, though. So I'm confused why you keep saying y'all again, Dev.
You just said they had the best offseason.
Yeah, they had the best free agency by far. We all agreed on it.
I didn't say by far. And I said I think they were a winner. I don't think they were the biggest winner. I just said what I said. I think they paid a bunch of people in contract years that might have overperformed.
Who would you say is the biggest winner, right?
So who had a better free agency than them?
Who did I say was with that? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
The
Cleveland?
The Bullets.
It wasn't the Bullets, unfortunately.
Now you did say Cleveland, though. You said Cleveland.
I like what Cleveland did. And ultimately, if I'm being honest, I like what Phoenix did. I think obviously I'm really high on Bradley Beal. I think they actually filled out that roster better than I thought. It's not what nobody I really care about. but they were able to staff a reasonable roster, and they kept Ayton, who they
Eric
can
Gordon.
still treat at this point. I think Phoenix is definitely a favorite ahead of LA, and I think they had a better offseason. And with the changes in management, I think they got a new direction. Like, I like what LA did, but again, I think they paid
You
a
want to make
bunch
a
of
friendly
young
bet
guys
on who's going to be the better higher seed?
between Phoenix and LA.
Mm-hmm.
I got Phoenix, easy.
Okay.
Wow.
I think there's a bunch of old guys in LA that they're gonna have to rely a lot on because y'all banking on Rui and Max Christie and Austin Reeves night in, night out. We saw what D'Lo was, mad inconsistent. Gabe Vincent, we ain't seen him on this kind of stage yet. And then when I did see him last year in the playoffs, he didn't exactly blow me away.
I'm just banking on those guys to do their role, nothing more, nothing less.
Well, they
That's all.
like,
That's all.
They maxed them like they prime time players.
I mean, everybody gets max in the new NBA, so I'm not
But
looking.
you don't.
Yeah,
but
I'm
you
not
don't
looking at that.
Right.
I don't.
You're not
Yeah.
expecting anything other. You're
Other
looking
than
at
Austin
Harden,
Reeves,
AD, maybe
other than
Austin Reeves
thank you.
as your number 3, but the rest of those guys, they
You're
just
just
need
looking at them to average from 7 to 12
to be
and
solid,
play good
be
defense.
consistent.
Why people
I
fall
said
for
what I
some?
said. I got Phoenix. I got
Okay.
Phoenix.
He got
I got
Phoenix,
Golden
man.
State, and I got
When
Denver.
because if Bradley will win that championship, the Wizards are going to celebrate like it was their own.
I'm gonna be real happy for him. The same way.
I'll just say if Jimmy was going to win.
Everybody gonna be happy for Chris Paul.
Absolutely.
Not me, but
How you
Heck,
feel?
man, you
I'm
won't be happy
just
for
playing.
the
I'm just playing. I'm just
championship?
playing. I'll be happy.
He was serious about that.
Hey,
One.
Hey, if
man.
if his dad get him a ring, why am I be mad at that? That's what dad should do for the kids.
That was crazy.
man, you gotta stop.
That was crazy.
Like, what kind of dad would leave his son just out in the rain? No, you gonna bring him inside, put the coat around like the prodigal son.
That's crazy,
You
man.
gotta stop
That's crazy.
calling that man
You
the Hall
want
of
me to find
Famer.
the clip?
You
You want me to
calling
find
the
the
Hall
clip?
of calling the Hall
Made
of
him
Fame
touch the
point
floor.
guard.
Y'all remember the meme where he was touching the floor?
Yo, you just call the Hall of Fame point guard. You call that man his father. Come on, man. You are
Stop.
wild.
Well, what is it, Chris?
Is it crazy?
I am
Listen,
your father.
I'll be honest. This right here this is season might make or break. And I'm gonna be quick about this. I just came to my mind. This might make or break Chris Paul legacy for me.
He gonna get
Like
traded.
how I feel about him post the Hornets, which was
He
the
gonna get out
majority of his
there, look
career.
a mess, and they're gonna trade him, and everybody can be like, "Oh,
Nah, I
He's not-
actually think
he's
he's going to
washed.
thrive in this role. This backup.
I think he's gonna thrive, but if he
I think
doesn't
he's gonna
thrive,
thrive.
I'm looking at him post Hornets, and I'm looking at him being a disappointing player. But I'm not going to elaborate more until what happens this year. I think he's going to thrive. Thank you. I think he'll be known as an underachieving player if he doesn't thrive this year.
if he can't play in this system, Lord help him."
Look, we agree on
But
something
to
today,
be
right?
honest, though, this is not
His style of basketball.
it's not his style of basketball. So
No, it
every
can
other
be though.
style he
It
played would be more
can
defense.
be.
no, I'm just see. I'm not going there.
I mean, no. Listen. Chris Paul dribble until
But,
I want
that's
to
what I'm saying. Like he's gonna have to move the ball and play off the, play without the ball and move.
He had to move himself
He's
to the
gonna have
bench.
Kuminga averaging.
He's
He's
got
gonna have
the
Kuminga
team,
Moody averaging
cut,
14
all of that
points.
type of stuff. It ain't just gonna be ball screen, because that's not how they play.
All right, we're gonna see. Like I said, I hate the move, but I'm gonna cheer for it because Steph's my guy. But man, I hate it. And I could be wrong. It doesn't happen a lot, but lightning strikes once or twice in time. So we'll speed past. We can get to the ESPN stuff another day. The PG stuff we can get to. I do want to get to this. Should the NBA expand? We've looked at. I don't know. I think I talked to y'all about Vegas. There've been like this $10 billion. Like, it looks ridiculous if that comes to fruition. Obviously, F1's in Vegas. Seattle's been crying for a team for a long time. There's some other emerging markets that potentially could host.
They should.
No, I agree. I say that
one of the best basketball cities.
And I think there's some other potentially other markets that definitely could hold another team, maybe a Tampa area, different places like that.
Florida got too much. Florida got too much.
Yeah, as far as football country.
Not even though they already got 2 basketball teams. I don't know if I would put a team in Tampa before I put one in Seattle.
And
that's the only way.
We see,
but there would be more. They'd at least be 2 teams. They wouldn't expand with just one.
Yeah, but Tampa's not even my top 2.
Yeah, I would probably go. I would go Seattle,
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas, and then maybe even
Vegas
I would even, maybe even St. Louis.
Like, Seattle has to be too.
Place that you can look at.
Yeah, absolutely. Seattle and St. Louis.
If you bring back,
say it again.
I feel like
not since back in the way back.
I know Tatum and Bill came out of there.
Tatum, Bill, you got Darius Miles. You got some guys that came out of there, but Tatum and Bill are the recent ones with the biggest names. But that's still a they produce. Larry Hughes, if I'm not mistaken, from they produce some basketball.
Kansas City, I guess, is the same. Kansas is a big basketball town, so
yeah. I mean, Seattle.
I don't know where Kansas.
Yeah, but definitely Seattle and Vegas.
Seattle and Vegas. You got to bring back basketball in Seattle. It's too much.
For sure.
You have to over Vegas. To me, Seattle's my one over Vegas. I don't care if Vegas is a lot.
Yeah. That's a boot market, man. Like you gotta.
Have you ever seen the Las Vegas Aces? Shout out to the WNBA.
Oh no! The reason why I'm saying it is strictly because for the past.
He's selling out. Them Las Vegas Aces game be selling out.
No. I think Vegas is going to do what it's going to do, but for the past how long ago the Thunder went to OKC and left Seattle, everybody's been crying for something to go back to Seattle. No, that Vegas is just coming up recent. I'm not no disrespect, but Seattle was one of the
Vegas
best
is
basketball.
Destination. Seattle's not really a destination.
I think
Seattle got off
for the money.
For the money, yeah, but I'm talking about strictly basketball. I'm not even talking about that. Strictly funny. That is funny. But strictly basketball.
Joe said put a team in North Carolina.
I would rather see a team in Seattle because I understand that it's going to bring back some hardcore fans, and that's what the fans and the people of Seattle want. I'm talking about strictly them.
But I think I don't know how it would work, but
it'd be better for the NBA in Vegas. But I want to personally see
make more money.
If Vegas is the West team, you would need an East team. You're not going to have 2 West teams. That would make the West.
Well, ain't that how they made Oklahoma City a West team, and they pretty much East Coast, well Midwest.
Midwest. Vegas and Seattle super West.
Yeah, true.
But you can realign.
The team in Baltimore.
Nah, Washington stole that. We ain't getting that back.
Hey, Baltimore, they do a lot of shooting. I'll tell you that.
They're not doing nothing to Washington.
Unless you can put a stadium on the water in the harbor, ain't nowhere.
Is there an arena? Is there?
Man, we better not put no stadium in this Royal Farms arena we had. That arena is small, man. No.
So
when they upgrade them seats, then I go down there. But other than that, no way.
Where in the East Coast are you putting another team?
I said Tampa.
Nah. Let me.
Yeah.
You hear what Damian said? Put a team in North Carolina.
No,
South Carolina. You know.
For what it's worth,
ain't Charlotte in North Carolina?
It is.
That's why it's so funny.
While we're on that, y'all don't think Atlanta could hold another team?
No.
Yeah, they could.
No.
I mean, it's a huge city. They could.
No.
I think honestly, if you want to put a team in Florida, I think actually Jacksonville's a bigger market than
Tampa. Yup.
Oh,
yup. You can put a team in Delaware. Put a team in Delaware.
Yeah, and you got the downtown. There's an arena.
Delaware State is too small for a team.
I know, man. I just be so hyped though. But
you might as well put a team in Vermont then.
I'm looking at populations. Looking at the population, you know, Florida might be the wave, man. Jacksonville, it might, yeah.
But it'll to me,
I would put a team in Pittsburgh. Nobody want to watch that.
Florida is football country. It's football first and foremost. Basketball.
Put them in Pittsburgh. Put them in Virginia.
You think so? With all the success Miami's had, you think Florida's still considered a football town? Because y'all saw what the University of Georgia guy just said. He said,
I'm not gonna lie. He's
you.
very uneducated, but Florida has been trash in the past recent years.
And then you look
Florida
at
State, Miami football has been boo-boo.
but it's football country, bro.
Yeah, it's forever going to be. They're going to breed athletes, but it's forever. Like it's going to be forever known as football.
Even teams, even like the Pop Warner teams from up here, go down Florida each year.
Everybody goes to Florida.
Go to Florida to play championships
now. The Wild World of Sports and Disney usually.
Yeah,
that's all AAU usually goes to Florida.
Yeah,
but Florida's going to always be known as football.
Yeah, it's football.
It's just
Florida and Texas.
Like when you think of New York, nobody. You only think of one sport.
Basketball first and foremost. New York, Florida's first and foremost is football.
Texas, as much as Texas has been producing basketball talent, they're going to be forever known as football.
I wonder. Now that you mentioned Texas,
California, California
it.
has produced a ton of football talent.
What about Austin? What about Austin, Texas? For
that's not too close to Dallas. The Dallas-Fort Worth. That's not too close to Austin.
But back to what Ray said, I can't even think of no more West Coast teams without East Coast teams.
I want to say
that would be a lot.
I don't know.
That would be 4 teams in the state.
I'm just spitballing, but I think you got a better chance again.
Virginia,
I think it's
Florida.
It's about Phoenix. It's about Vegas and Seattle. Those are the two markets.
PG County.
Everything else will be everything else.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Baltimore can't have one. PG County can most definitely not have.
They got hoopers too, though.
I heard.
I'm gonna say this before we go, and I'll pose the question this way. I know I joked about Steph being Chris Paul's dad and all that. If somehow Steph gets Chris Paul a ring and they win after the Jordan Poole stuff, do we have to redefine since he's into the league as the Steph Curry era?
No.
Save it. Wait.
Whoa. That's it.
Ask that question again. I want to make sure I heard it.
I heard it right. It was just the last part. All you got to do is say the last part. If he wins, will this be known?
Steph Curry wins with Chris Paul, since Steph is into the league, I think 2010, do we have to consider that the Steph Curry era versus most people who would consider it the LeBron era?
I have to say no.
5 rings.
Is what they both be at?
Because I seen Tim
Duncan. They
Duncan
both at 4 right now?
Yeah, I seen Tim Duncan at 5 rings, and nobody's ever said this is the Tim Duncan era.
But he wasn't the leading force on a lot of them teams as far as finals.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, didn't he go like the 10?
4 out of those rings, Tim Duncan was that man.
How many straight?
No, 5. Matter of fact, every single year he was
Parker
the man.
has a Finals MVP, and I know Kawhi Leonard has one. Maybe
That's
Tim
right.
got the
Kevin
other
Durant
3.
has 2. Andre Iguodala has 1. Steph has 1.
That was a robbery, and we all know that. Simple. I'm asking the question, and I stand here thinking.
So you're
and
telling me that
Tim
Tim wasn't the best player on that team
in NBA history. That's my stance.
I
I view Tim Duncan.
I'm saying no.
You know, only thing that I would say no is because LeBron had that run of how many years?
8 straight. I don't care if he didn't win. He went to 8 straight. He could have took us 4. Listen, us 4 right here would have went to the finals with LeBron. Ray would have been Matthew Dellavedova. Kenny would have been Tristan Thompson. And me and Dev would have been JR and Amon Shepard.
Too. I have no way.
I'm JR. You can be Amon. I'm JR.
He trying to put the ball up.
I'm definitely JR.
Andy like that. I see it there.
But no, Ray, that's a very good question because then he wins another one. Not only the era, but now he has 5. Now he's tied for Magic. So a lot of people that are fixated on rings, will say, "Oh, he has the same amount of rings as Magic," and they'll try to make that argument. So I'm not even worried about the era part. Now you gotta look at where his rank goes all the time because who also has 5 rings? Kobe Bryant. Who also has 5 rings? Tim Duncan. All these legends have 5 rings, not as Steph Curry. So that's a very good question. And over the past couple of years, I've come to appreciate Steph. I appreciated him before. all the bandwagons. Then when the bandwagons came, I just can't. I gotta be. I now have to play devil's advocate. It's just in my nature. But if Steph
And he did it all in one place.
If Steph gets another ring, I mean, LeBron did it in multiple places. But are we gonna say LeBron isn't loyal? Because when did LeBron ever ask for a trade? He sat there and thugged it out.
Don't do that. We're not doing that.
You know, I'm just saying. He thugged it out. But we're not gonna do that.
When did LeBron thug it out?
With the Cavs when his best player was Boobie Gibson.
And since then, he hasn't thugged a thing.
But won championships with 3 different teams.
I heard that name.
But look. Let me not troll. I gotta wait to see how it plays out for me to answer that.
Y'all better hope that boy don't win a championship this year. I tell you that.
Oh, we'll never hear the end of it from you.
And he's on. Steph is what, 33?
34.
34.
So the way he played, he can play for. He can still play for quite some time.
That's the thing, man. I can see him playing definitely until
Remember
like
37,
38. Like
Steph has got better with age, in my opinion.
And the way he shoot, his game is not built on athleticism. It's built on skill and shooting. So
he can shoot till he's 45.
That's what I'm saying. That lad.
Steph got a son.
Yeah, he young. He's like 5.
Steph can still shoot in his 50s.
And I mean, for what it's worth, his
played late.
They just traded for his son, so he got a son.
All right, see, I was entertaining when you
all the credits, man, because he was doing.
You always take it there, man.
Why is that so offensive? Have y'all seen matchups? It's not even close.
That man is a Hall of Famer. How you gonna say
not even that?
His father, Chris Paul, is a Hall of Famer.
Chris Paul used to do Steph Curry dirty. One could say if it was for Chris Paul, we want to see the Steph Curry right now.
What?
You know, one could say that.
Who would say that?
I would. Now I'm trolling. because at one point in time, Steph Curry was the son in the playoffs. Chris Paul was getting the best out of Curry.
The bottom line is this: there's no way that a guy that's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, we're not calling. He ain't calling nobody.
We're not going. Yeah, I mean, Chris Paul, a top 15 point guard of all time.
Come on, man.
Yo, he made him hit that twister dance move.
That's fine.
Everybody.
Steph Curry get dunked on. That happens.
Chris Paul?
No. So Chris Paul giving buckets though. That's a good question. That's a good comment. Wait, what? Oh, never mind. I read it wrong. In the show.
Well, fellas, it's been real. Thursday, get your picks ready. Boots Ennis is fighting this Saturday. So we got some big fight cards coming up. Charlo is fighting Canelo officially. We're less than a month away from Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence.
Yeah, weeks. 29th.
With all the ESPN cuts, I would love for Showtime to bring Max in.
Yeah, true.
Get him back talking boxing.
I can see that.
Since PBC,
Andre Ward too. Andre Ward's out too.
Do I want to troll?
He wasn't Showtime.
What you think, Dad? Do I want to be a troll?
ESPN. He just did his last
Thursday. Be real, insightful, and
be the real troll that you are.
Oh yeah.
Hey, David, go to sleep, man.
Put some troll topics on there for us Thursday, right?
Yeah, we can juice it up a little bit. Since free agency will pretty much be dead, and we gonna have some fun on here. Dev, get your board ready.
Because I forgot. You didn't have your board, so I didn't want to say one of the losers. You didn't have your board, so I didn't want to say him.
But I think Chris Paul is a loser, but no, I'm just playing. Y'all have a blast.
I had to get one for the road.
We out.
And the keys, tempo, hey time, let's go.
We bring that real talk